It was survival for the fittest. The moment you reach the boundary, you're still scared. But there are these people who welcome and say, you guys welcome.
Aja alikuta ana biga ana vigeni free asada na mabipekiro asan sotsila ana mabasma.
Well, I think our refugee operation really gives hope. There is a city of Bidi Bidi right now.
Forced human displacement is higher than it's ever been in modern history. And so we're going to the places and meeting the faces to find out how it's changing our world. These are the people trying to find a home. This is the displaced.
More than 1 million refugees from South Sudan have now crossed into Uganda.
This country thinks it has a long-term solution.
Ugandans prioritise dignity for refugees.
This is Bidi Bidi refugee settlement in northern Uganda. Around 250,000 South Sudanese refugees currently live here. It used to be a forest, but since 2016, vast changes have taken place. This is a satellite image of Bidi Bidi, and just look at the difference the following year. The settlement was built to accommodate the huge influx of refugees who fled civil war in South Sudan in 2016. Bidi Bidi is now the second largest refugee settlement in the world. Spanning 250 square kilometres, it's roughly the size of Birmingham. But it doesn't look anything like a typical refugee camp with people packed in tents. We drove up through Uganda to get to this settlement, and these are the sorts of homes you'd see in any village here. In fact, Uganda believes it sets an example to the rest of the world when it comes to supporting refugees. This is your house?
Yeah, this one is my house.
Cool. That's the card you use to get food?
Yeah. My passport is here, Elizabeth Danga, and the second one is Benson Mandela. Okay. They are all with me here.
Oh.
Hey.
Do you have anything that you brought here from home?
Even these things, this one curtain, everything that is inside.
All this from South Sudan?
This one, all this from South Sudan. Ana harfu galana bijabiga fi bele tani, maybe ana mabira ligwaja tani, or beside Ana.
Give us a sense of what life was like in South Sudan when you moved here.
Nazegidoru bebilel, mon gifata joa, bab dekan dugu bab, pata bab, ita be fata bab, mon dugo budu ita bes gigata ita masekin, gata ita kasma bafin, mon dufudu. Mon ketira la kota ya dila le ya, abwata na da kwa na de katulu gata wa dil masekin sede.
Naomi has lived in Bidi Bidi for 3 years now, and she was happy to show me how it was different to other camps. This is your land?
Yeah. Last year, I grew simsim.
For decades, Uganda has allocated plots of land to refugees for them to build and farm on.
The problem is there's a lot of rock.
But I guess at least you're able to be a bit self-sustainable.
Ana bikun morta asan kanana tala suya de ana bodile iyaltai.
In the Bidi Bidi settlement, you have markets. Now, what's really interesting about these markets is that the locals do business with the refugees. Are you Ugandan?
Yes, I'm Ugandan.
Okay. Do you feel as if you're integrated with the refugees?
There's no problem. These refugees here, if they are not supposed to be here, we cannot even come here.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So they've helped you in a way?
They also help us and we also help them.
This is one of the things that makes Uganda different. As well as getting plots of land, refugees can work, set up businesses, and move freely around the country. Tell me about your business.
I come here to open this carpentry work
because these people, they need small table, beds and door.
Now you run this business with El Haj, who's Sudanese, you're Ugandan. Tell me about how you met.
Mimi zama na settlement. Ano mendo aya soka lalana pesaka. Ana sa ana gala mbagde rejoin maita soka. Yo gala.
We are now already brother.
Oh, that's awesome. Atiku has even moved into Bidi Bidi, but most locals still live in nearby towns. Salam alaikum. Are you from this area?
Yeah, this is our Congo.
How do you feel about the arrival of the refugees?
Yeah, we are happy because there are a lot of schools constructed, health centers, and roads are there.
Some people get job from there. Some are employed as a teacher, some are nurses.
Local politicians actually lobbied Uganda's central government to pick Bidi Bidi as a site for settlement. Neighbouring Ugandans donated all of the land, and no doubt they understood the settlement would bring investment to their area. But that wasn't the whole picture.
This is our second or third time of hosting refugees within here. And when we breaks from our place here, we also went to their place. So receiving them is not bad.
The borders between Uganda, South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo have been crossed many times by people fleeing violence on all sides. Thousands of Ugandans living near Bidi Bidi took refuge in what was then Sudan after the Ugandan dictator Idi Amin was overthrown in 1979.
Improvised efforts are made to help the newcomers settle, to grow their own crops and feed their livestock.
Today, Uganda has the largest refugee population in all of Africa and the third largest globally. Its welcoming policies have been widely praised, but the government has recently begun to vet refugees much more rigorously because of security concerns. And the numbers mean Bidi Bidi still faces challenges.
How often do they come for food?
They come every month.
Despite the generous policies, most refugees still rely on food handouts to survive.
We don't have enough infrastructure. The roads are breaking down. We have an average of 150 pupils per classrooms in schools right now.
Money has been a big problem. Uganda has struggled to raise the funds it needs to look after all of its refugees. And some donors have even suspended funding because of allegations of corruption levelled against officials. For Naomi, there was also another concern.
Zeana kan wosuluina mon kanas masot fangade to waltani na ligel batomon makweze mide tilumon bija turujita hon mahal.
Are you competing with locals for this wood?
Ma san kida kan anna gija kan mon zat ma birudulana. Fi zaman tana libedir zaman alta keri fal nas gigata geze. Pamana anna lisa tani girija gata geze mon bare wodlana tiri alternatives. Wide Eda umon gigobu dana bisila na fi police ninto yama umon der rubuta na fi kasap talata to yama umon gira durba na madanga de asababa ya zaman dak de anabiga kafa na sibu gata gesi be tada sadan na mabido gata gesi.
Resources are scarce at Bidi Bidi, and you can see that there is potential for conflict between the locals and the refugees to spill over. No one who lives or works here thinks it's perfect, but they are trying to do something positive.
We look for a way forward because we never know when we're going back.
Lucy is Ugandan and Herbert is South Sudanese. They're married and they're building a life together here in Bidi Bidi. Herbert helps organise a football team and a farming group, which bring local Ugandans and refugees together. Why is that important to promote that integration?
The first thing is the coexistence between us that builds positive unity between us. The second thing here is we gain skills. The third thing here is how can I create job opportunities? Creating agricultural products, and then in future coming up with a small grocery.
I'm comfortable to be with him, despite him being a refugee. I'm like he's a human being like me.
Yeah, okay.
Forced displacement is not going away, and Uganda is rightly focusing on long-term solutions. At the very least, this country has allowed refugees to strive for a better future.
I want whatever we are doing here to reflect back in my country and see that we can coexist. Why don't we come and form something strong that speaks about peace?